Hey guys, I am Azmil Basheer. Welcome back to my channel, and here I am with another video of cylinder, right circular cone, prism, sphere, and pyramid. So before that, make sure to like, share and subscribe my channel. Also share my channel too. Prism. A prism is a three-dimensional shape with two identical shapes facing each other. These identical shapes are called bases. The bases can be a triangle, square, rectangle, or any other polygon. Other faces of a prism are parallelograms or rectangles. A solid whose lateral faces are rectangular and bases are congruent triangles is called a triangular prism. A triangular prism has 5 faces, 3 rectangular lateral faces and 2 triangular bases, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. How do you know if a shape is a prism? If the shape has height and breadth, then it needs depth as well to be a prism. A prism also has 2 ends, all faces, exactly the same, which usually give it its name. For example, a triangular prism has 2 identical triangular ends. Some examples of other prisms are cubes, cylinders, and all sorts of boxes. What is angle of prism? A. The angle between its 2 lateral faces is called the angle of the prism or the prism angle. When the light ray is allowed to pass through the prism, it makes the emergent ray bend at an angle to the direction of the incident ray. This angle is called the angle of deviation for the prism. What are examples of prisms? There are several types of prisms, such as rectangular prisms, cubes, triangular prisms, pyramids, pentagonal prisms, hexagonal prisms. Is a cuboid a prism? A cuboid is a box-shaped object. It has 6 flat faces and all angles are right angles. And all of its faces are rectangles. It is also a prism because it has the same cross-section along a length. Remember, cubes and cuboids are also known as square prism and rectangular prism respectively. Sphere. A sphere is a geometrical object in 3-dimensional space that is the surface of a ball. Like a circle in a 2-dimensional space, a sphere is defined mathematically as the set of points that are all at the same distance r from a given point in a 3-dimensional space. This distance r is the radius of the ball, which is made up from all points with a distance less than, or, for a closed ball, less than or equal to, r from the given point, which is the center of the mathematical ball. These are also referred to as the radius and center of the sphere, respectively. The longest straight line segment through the ball, connecting 2 points of the sphere, passes through the center and its length is thus twice the radius. It is a diameter of both the sphere and its ball. While outside mathematics the terms sphere and ball are sometimes used interchangeably, in mathematics the above distinction is made between a sphere, which is a 2-dimensional closed surface embedded in a 3-dimensional Euclidean space, and a ball, which is a 3-dimensional shape that includes the sphere and everything inside the sphere, a closed ball, or, more often, just the points inside, but not on the sphere, an open ball. The distinction between ball and sphere has not always been maintained, and especially older mathematical references talk about a sphere as a solid. This is analogous to the situation in the plane, where the terms circle and disk can also be confounded. The fixed point is called center of the sphere. The sphere has one curved surface, no vertex, and no edge. How many faces has a sphere? Faces. A face is a flat or curved surface on a 3D shape. For example, a cube has 6 faces, a cylinder has 3 and a sphere has just 1. Pyramid. In geometry, a pyramid is a polyhedron formed by connecting a polygonal base and a point, called the apex. Each base edge and apex form a triangle, called a lateral face. It is a conic solid with polygonal base. A pyramid with an n-sided base has n+1 vertices, n+1 faces, and 2 n edges. All pyramids are self-dual. A right pyramid has its apex directly above the centroid of its base. Non-right pyramids are called oblique pyramids. A regular pyramid has a regular polygon base and is usually implied to be a right pyramid 1-2. When unspecified, A pyramid is usually assumed to be a regular square pyramid, like the physical pyramid structures. A triangle-based pyramid is more often called a tetrahedron. Among oblique pyramids, like acute and obtuse triangles, a pyramid can be called acute if its apex is above the interior of the base and obtuse if its apex is above the exterior of the base. A right-angled pyramid has its apex above an edge or vertex of the base. In a tetrahedron, these qualifiers change based on which face is considered the base. Pyramids are a class of the prismatoids. Pyramids can be doubled into bipyramids by adding a second offset point on the other side of the base.